Hello, Stephanie Major.
Hello,
Hello.
Dan Brown.
I was just thinking as I was looking at your name in the schedule of I love that you're involved in Archangel. It's just all like superhero. You must get this, but like Major just sounds like a superhero name. And is that your real name?
It is my real, so
Yes.
yeah, Major is it's my
Yes.
real last name,
Yeah.
believe it or not. And I never appreciated it when I was younger, but as I got older, I kept getting compliments on how awesome the last name was. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna own this. And
Yeah.
yeah. And
It's
now suddenly become like my first name and what everybody
yeah.
calls me.
I
So
love it. I love it.
mhm.
So tell me a bit about who you are and what you work on and what's exciting you right now.
Okay, who am I? Well, I am a lot of things. I'm a lot of things. Uh, Number one, I am a proud Canadian and woman. I'm a mother. I am a creator. I'm a painter. I am the culture manager for a beautiful company called Archangel. Um, so those are some of the things that I am. And what am I excited about right now? Um, what I'm excited about is last year was quite a transition year for me.
Mhm.
And I moved into a new role with a new company. So it was a little bit of like getting my footing, that when you're a little bit scared of
Yes.
change and it's all new and you're like, oh, this is really
A
overwhelming.
little unstable. Hmm.
But this year, I feel like I'm really like I've grounded myself, and now it's just about going deeper with the things that I'm working on, and just being more confident in them and growing in areas that I feel called to grow in or excited to grow in.
What are some of those areas?
Okay. Um, you're part of the Academy program, so I get the privilege of being part of them, and I love watching Geo coaching that program. Uh, and I'm getting really excited about maybe diving in a little bit into that and helping out on some calls and maybe taking some of his calls off his plate
Oh,
and
cool.
into that role, which is not something that I expected, but just kind of grew organically. And I love that group. I love the content. I love just where people are in that group.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm really excited about right now. So that's something we're going to be exploring or maybe moving into in the next year.
Cool, cool. And tell me
Mhm.
about the podcast.
Okay, well, just like this is very much out of my comfort zone, even though
Uh-huh.
I work for a company that has like speakers and
Yeah.
we like events. I'm not normally the one being interviewed. So the podcast also came very organically. I've loved podcasts for the last
Hmm.
10 years.
Hmm.
I've been telling Dr. Stephanie, like selfishly, like, you need to do a podcast just because I really need a strong, intelligent female out there interviewing badass people and
Hmm.
just talking all her like nerdy,
Hmm.
sciencey kind of stuff. So I've been telling her for years, and I am so happy that she loves it so much and has started her podcast better. And people really want to hear from her, and they really want to hear her advice. So she's like, hey, why don't you come on and like ask me the questions? And
Cool.
so I've started co-hosting her AMA series, and I love it, and it's really challenging, and the first episode was terrifying to
Yeah.
record.
I love it.
Yeah.
Props to you. It's not easy always to get on camera or on a microphone and just put yourself out there like that. I know it's something that a lot of people have resistance to. So props to jumping on that.
Well,
And I
it's funny that the show's called Better, and people are literally watching me get better
yes,
every
at
single
doing it.
episode, right? Like,
Yes.
here we are. This is our real life. Like, we
Yes,
are
exactly.
always trying to
Living
get.
it. And I know you have like an interesting story with Dr. Stephanie and Archangel. So can you tell me a little bit how you got all into this world?
I know it's good. It just sounds magical how
Yeah.
everything kind of unfolds in my life, but I really opened myself up to that. So I was working with Dr. Stephanie for years. Loved what we were doing. She's a mentor of mine, a sister, a friend. She's a coworker, a boss, like everything to me. And Gio was always part of the picture, and a really beautiful person, and also became a mentor
Mm,
to me. But I never thought of working with Archangel. And to be
mhm.
honest, when I first started being in contact with the community, it actually felt a little terrifying to me
How
because I don't
so?
come from a place of, hey, I want to help you. Hey, let's work together. In fact, I would have considered those red flags in the past. So I held myself back and really watched it because I didn't truly believe. And as I started being part of the community and coming to events and knowing the people and knowing the stories and like building that trust, I just absolutely fell in love with it. And Stephanie and I were working on some events that we wanted to do. So I started to come to Archangel events just to learn. Just, hey, I'm here to help, to serve, to learn. And I fell in love with them. They were just incredible. I was energized after them. So when we had decided to close her clinic and Gio was having some changes on his team, I just offered, to come on and help out. And it just ended up
And
working
here
out.
we are. Tell me a bit about, I'm curious what you meant by like red flags and asking for help. Like what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think that what I used to believe was that if someone wanted to help you
Mm,
or give you something without asking for something in return, I thought there was always something you had to do. Like I always thought there was, like, you're
an
gonna help me.
expectation. Yes.
Yes, there's an expectation. And until I started, getting on a call with someone who's willing to help me work through a problem and not ask me at the end for something in return. Oh, hey,
Yes.
can you do this? I started to really see what this community was about and
Yes.
what kind of people are a part of it.
Yes.
And
I
it's just,
love that. I love
yeah.
that you put that in such a clear way, because isn't it a nice feeling when you can it just makes everything feel more free. like it
Yes.
doesn't need to be so transactional. And I think the truth, ironically, is like when you give without expectation, you end up getting back like 10 times more just in the future. Maybe not, that day or that week, but it all kind of
Right.
comes around.
And it's so inspiring. So it's
Yeah.
like, I want to give people that
Yes.
feeling. Like, I
Yes.
want to jump on a call with them and help them out. And they're going to be like, what? What do you
Yeah.
mean? We'll do this. So,
Amazing. I
yeah.
love that. I love the way you put that. And before we wrap up here, I'm curious, what would you say that you most need help with right now?
Ooh, what do I need help with? This is actually something that I've been reaching out and asking for help with. So, number one, I'm terrible at asking for help, but I'm
Yeah.
doing it right now. I
Okay.
have a fear of public speaking, a fear of showing up, a fear of truly being myself. So I've been asking help recently for my stage fright and public speaking, and yeah, just really just showing up truly as myself and
Cool.
allowing myself to be seen. I like to work behind the scenes. I like to shine the light on other people, but I think that there comes a point where it's really important that we're all showing up and we're all inspiring.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm working on.
Amazing. Well, thank you for living that, by saying yes to doing this call with me, because you could have very easily said no, not for me or whatever, but you did it. And I think it's those small steps that end up like making big shifts in the end. So congrats to you for stepping out, and actually have Dan from Speaker Slam next, speaking of public speaking. So that'll be coming up. And
That is absolutely one of my favorite events in
cool.
Toronto.
I haven't been yet.
All day. Have you ever done one with them?
I haven't even been to one yet.
Oh, you have to come. You'll
Okay,
come.
cool.
Come as my guest. Yeah, for
Cool.
sure.
Cool. Sounds
Well,
good. And anything else you'd like to add?
no, thank you
Okay,
so much for
cool.
having me
Thanks
today.
thanks for being part of this. And where can people find you online, and how can they connect with you?
Oh, wow, this is a new question for me. Well, if you ever have any questions about Archangel, or you just want to talk about life or amazing, creative, awesome things, you can email me at major@archangelacademy.com. Or I think my Instagram is Steffi K Major.
Cool.
I'm there, friendly.
Perfect. Well, this has
Yeah.
been great, Major. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Thanks for
anytime,
being
Dan.
on.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.